Friends, come with me to explore the wonders of the constellation of Gemini, of spiritual flight. One needs to be on the earth in order to fly. You need to rest on earth. But at this particular time where I am, early summer, we long to use our wings and explore the future. Anoint your brow with water and ascend with me, retaining some physical consciousness. You rise into the beautiful sky of early evening over the land of Era, Inish Foil, land of destiny. Look down. You see two shining rivers. Both rivers join into one, and they reach the sea. Between them is an ancient grey castle. Very old, and still older is a ruined abbey by it. And most ancient of all is the well around which the castle was built. We look down. The castle from the ground is concealed by trees, but from our aerial heights we can see its battlements and white radiations coming from an unseen source. This comes from the well of the goddess Brigid. Let us descend into this castle. Come with me. We sink right through to the basement of the castle, and we see some priestesses and priests and a large number of people, about 50, assembled in the temple of Isis, of Clonigall Castle, of the Fellowship of Isis. The priestesses and priests wear white robes of blue stole. The priestesses wear golden crowns, and the priests high gold headdresses. All those present are wearing white. The archpriest Lawrence Durden Robertson greets the company and speaks of the holy well.
You are welcome here. This holy well was in use for 2,000 years, dedicated to the goddess Brigid of the Tuatha De Danann. She was the goddess of healing and of wells. I call upon the priestesses to draw water.
A priestess sweeps forward, goes on her knees and stoops into the well with a silver pitcher. She draws water. Another priestess holds forth a silver bowl and receives this water. She moves around the company, anointing each brow. We hear her gentle voice. May you receive spiritual vision. May you receive spiritual vision. May you receive spiritual vision. And people of all religions, Catholics who know how to bless themselves, Protestants, Hindus, Wiccan, whoever, accept this water of life. When this is finished, we see there is to be a procession outside the temple of Isis. The procession, led by the priesthood, makes its way past the 9 columns of the temple of Isis. Imagine yourself joining now this procession. Follow them. Follow them into the golden evening of early summer of Gemini. You leave a portico and enter a most beautiful garden filled with roses. You can smell the scent of these roses, and you hear the laughter of 2 children, a little girl and a boy, who are blessed with the water of the goddess. These very small children were blessed as the Gemini twins, the new era, and they're joined by their companions who are holding little bouquets of flowers. There are about 6 children with us, and a small baby of about 18 months in her mother's arms. Now the garden is crossed, And we enter most mysterious darkness in this golden summer, a long, dark walk. Follow this procession, some holding incense, some vessels of water from the well, down this very long you walk with a light at the end, a golden green light. Come with them. Down you go, feeling at peace and that you are entering another sphere of being. At the end is a beech tree in the quarter of the east, and the company swirl now to the left, path of the moon, and they move past a beautiful belvedere with columns dedicated to Flora. Beautiful view, belvedere. And now we are moving to the ancient ruined abbey, which is luxuriant with roses and every sort of flower. Fuchsia, it's beautiful, daisies, everything that is lovely. And we enter this ancient abbey from the west, and we proceed right through to the chancel, this great window against the sky, and we are delighted to see a rambling rose going all the way up, a wild pink rose. We remember the order of the rose of love. At the end is a stone dolmen. On it there are 2 lamps, a silver bowl of water, which is rainwater, and burning incense, and a star map of Gemini. Here the priestess blesses each child with water from the dolmen altar, which is rainwater and well water. And the mother, both of them, says, "May love, beauty and truth be with my children, both of them, girl and boy, now and evermore, in the name of Dana." She's Irish, she calls on Dana. Now another priestess speaks. "I offer incense to thee, the goddess Artemis. Muse, sing of Artemis, sister of the archer, the virgin who delighteth in silver arrows, who was fostered with Apollo. She doth water her horses from Meles deep in reeds, and swiftly driveth her all golden chariot through Smyrna to vine-clad Claros, where Apollo, god of the silver bow, sits waiting for the goddess. And so hail to thee, Artemis, who goest to the great house of thy dear brother, to the rich land of Delphi, there to order the lovely dance of the Muses and the Graces. There thou dost hang thy curved bow and arrows, and dost head the dancers, gracefully arrayed, while all they utter their heavenly voices, singing of how neat-angled Leto bore children supreme among the immortals, both in thought and deed. Hail to you, children of Zeus and rich-haired Leto! May we receive with ecstasy thy bright silver arrows, divine Artemis, for these are the shafts of truth." It is now the most beautiful part of the ceremony. We hear reference to the chaplets of flowers. The children come forward with garlands, and they place it on each other's heads. They offer each other garlands, and some of them bring bouquets of flowers and place it upon the dolmen altar. They are received by the priestesses and placed all round this lovely temple. Now comes the dance that is referred to. All do the dances of the blessed souls. Imagine yourself now uniting sun and moon, the god Apollo of the mind, and the goddess Artemis of the intuition, and dance blending these two. The men hold their arms up in archways, and the women twine their way through. Do this. you're a man, hold your arms up to form an archway. If you are a woman, make the serpent dance through the archway. Dance, dance. Movement stirs the psychic powers within your body, the golden powers, Pingala Idas, called by the Hindus. It doesn't matter what you call them, sun power, moon power. Let them blend within you. You will begin to feel a psychic power as you even dance in imagination or even move your hands. You begin to feel this silvery power descend upon your head from Artemis and glow in your heart, which is the sun, and your solar plexus. Dance in beautiful rhythm. The dance has slowed down. Now all the company are seated and they are going to chant the sacred name of Leto, Divine Mother that represents outer space, all-pervading space, who gave birth to the sun and the moon. So we chant Leto, meditate upon balance, upon uniting love and truth, sun and moon, in perfect harmony through all creation, born of the matrix, Leto, space. If your mind be at war with your feelings, how can you be happy? If your spirit wars against your flesh, how can you be happy? One cannot conquer the other. Your feelings cannot be conquered by the mind. The mind may not be conquered by the feelings. But both can be in harmony through deity. That which is greater comprehends the less. Duality is resolved in wholeness. All are in harmony in meditation. For in meditation there is no discussion, disputation, argument. Feel this. For you are now in harmony with them. In unity there is strength. But unless you're united inside yourself, you're not going to get on very well with anyone else, are you? I was thinking that for myself. You can't shut away bits of yourself in a dungeon and live in the top story. Be whole. All conflict is resolved through comprehension, not through exorcism. You have one body. You can't cut yourself in bits. Good. It's happening. You feel this. You are in harmony. We are seated in meditation at the time of Gemini in the ancient abbey at Clonigall Castle, and we have attained inner harmony through reconciliation of the opposite, sun and moon. Artemis and Phoebus Apollo, the archpriest, now speaks.
Let us meditate upon the teaching of twin souls as propounded by Plato.
Ah, this speaks to people's feelings much more than bothering about love and truth. Twin souls, people like that. Let us balance the forces of Gemini, that harmony may come. Now comes a lovely part of the ceremony when water is, which is rather badly needed, this is a rather droutish year, is poured over the plants, the lovely various bushes around. The first priestess holds her hands over pitchers of water. Now the priestess and a companion pour water over the plants round the dolmen. Then they hand the pitcher around to the children, who enthusiastically do that and nearly use up all the water as they're sprinkling it around. Now the priesthood take the picture, and they too go to the far end where the fuchsia is, the very far end, and pour water. Imagine yourself doing that. Replenish the earth with life-giving water, serene emotion. We must have that lest we be burnt up by the sun. Now comes the dance of perfected souls. This is a different dance from the other, for it is in pairs, as more in modern dancing. But here it is different, for people start with one pair, man and woman, and then begin to change and weave and meet others. They form a long weaving line, rather like ancient country dancing, moving from person to person. Now those who are psychic begin to see these radiations moving all round the company, and those who are most perfectly at peace as twin souls dance with others, not arousing envy through their perfect happiness, but dancing with the lonely ones, and the children romp around with each other, join in. This is the dance of perfect love, which is beyond passion. Agape, divine love, which includes truth. It is wisdom. The children dance now in a little circle in the middle. One places a stone, a white stone for some reason, I don't know why, in the centre, and they dance round. The adults all dance round them. Everyone does their own steps. It's not choreographed. And yet there seems to be a natural movement out of the ancient abbey, quite unself-consciously, for a few people from Clonigall are gazing at this, and move into the castle grounds. They move now outside and in the abbey, forming a spiral dance. Join them, come out the abbey, look at the grounds, the belvedere, look up at the sky, beautiful golden evening sky. How long the shadows are from Florence Court yews. There's a huge cedar casting its shadow eastward, for the sun is in the west. See these long shadows. Dark and light are both beautiful. Golden grass, long deep shadows, dark. The children for some reason are making for the belvedere. Some of them are bringing their posies with them. I know, they love dancing round and round it because it's very small. There's water in a centrepiece of granite, and they put their flowers in this, and they all hold hands and dance in a circle round this belvedere, which is in the east of the new age rising sun. The adults decide to follow them, so they all circulate round. I wonder where they're going to go. Now they feel they'd like to go back, so more slowly, skipping and dancing, some of them even chattering, they move back now into the abbey and circulate the dolmen. Finally, they return, and everyone now rather likes to sit down. The company contemplate twin souls, Artemis and Phoebus. You and your beloved, let us commune with our own twin souls. We have known each other for millennia. Atlantis, Egypt, China, India, England, Era, America. In far distant planets, Sirius, the soul knows, the mind, the brain forgets. We must drink the waters of Lethe, or we would never be content here on earth, and we must learn. But sometimes, in the constellation of Gemini, we grow our wings and find our twin souls, not so much in the past, but for our glorious future in the stars. Feel this. Do you know your twin? You suddenly feel a warm glow in your heart, and though you cannot see your twin soul, you feel you have drawn him or her to you now. Hope is with you, whether your beloved is through the veil that separates those on this plane and those who have passed into the other spheres. Love unites all, for it is throughout all spheres the rambling rose that is through all planets and stars, and yet is one. And we look at a rose petal that has fallen upon the dawn. We look at the young children and the older people. We are all drawn in love. Finding your twin soul does not separate you from others. If truly found, it unites you in harmony with all others, and you help other people to find their loves. For parents produce children, and so spiritual lovers find they have a spiritual family, those who will teach them more advanced, the Magi, and those who are entrusted to their care. The cure of souls is the deepest form of parenthood. Twin souls who live in selfish isolation soon lose happiness, for even their love needs to be fed from divine source, from inspiration. This is the message of the stars coming through to planets, like a light above your head, through to the earth, through you. Perfect happiness in love brings you eternal reality, not yesterday or tomorrow, but now. Feel this. But even as you experience this perfect happiness, perhaps my reference to time makes you feel that the company are looking rather blurry. Even their bright auras seem dim, as if you belong somewhere else. Yet, for a moment you were with them, and this lovely ceremony, with the roses, the birds singing evening, with the trees, with the water. You begin to rise above the castle and the rivers, knowing that you may return at any time. Now, you have been given the key. The key is the rose. And you look down, and now you understand about the two rivers meeting each other and flowing to the sea. They need to join, and then to join the rest of the cosmos, the great sea. You have had some glimpse of your immortal beloved. Rise now into the sky, into the element of air. As you return to your own time and place, send forth radiations of love and harmony to all there, a blessing, so that your own place is surrounded by this rainbow aura. Slowly now, come back to your own body. I'll make a sound to bring you back. That's it. Now, don't rush out into traffic and for about half an hour and drink a glass of water. May the blessings of the moon goddess, Artemis, of intuition, and of Phoebus Apollo, god of spirit and mind. Be with you in mind and heart, now and forever. Evoe, Artemis. Evoe, Phoebus Apollo.